Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and today I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Leo. If Leo is your solar, lunar, ascendant/rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. Okay, let's see what this bowl of tea leaves has to say tonight. And so our card is the Tower. You can see it right there. All right, so that means, what is a Tower moment? It is when something big happens in your life. Usually it is pretty abrupt. Sometimes it is really just kind of the dismantling of a fundamental aspect of your life. It could be, loss of a job, relationship, financial woes, loss of a sense of self or some aspect of self. I mean, it could be so many things. Now I know this is a feeling that we don't like, right? It's hard. It's confronting, jolting. It can feel like your whole reality has been destabilized. But I am here to say, and I'm usually this person. I look for some goodness, some meaning or use in some of the worst situations. And maybe because I've been through so much in my life, that's how I survived. That's how I continue to survive. But when we have a Tower moment in our life, I look at it as the clearing of a blockage, the destruction of something that is in our way, if we believe it to be of use or not, right? But that which is not for us will not stay with us, right? Even the things that are for us, they don't stay either, because things in life are fleeting. And this is hard, but it means that you are moving forward, right? You're alive. You're alive, and things are changing as they do. So let's take a look at this here. I'm just gonna kind of give it one little. Okay, so what I am seeing here, first I see a child running, and I see maybe a bird here jumping into a lake. It is kind of in this posture of bent forward. It's jumping. I see a child running. In my mind, I hear laughter, playing, kind of just enjoying being in that place where you can just run, and running is not a task, right? It is a fun, enjoyable thing. And I think that there is the sense of a youthful spirit energy in your life. Okay, maybe this is your own child, maybe this is yourself, maybe you still have a strong connection to that more youthful mindset, the ability to kind of let go of You know, that real buttoned up, kind of uptight thing that we start to become as we get older. And maybe you are getting into the years of your life where, you know, you're retiring, you have grandkids, great grandkids. You're starting to feel more like a child again. And you know, that's probably, I imagine, a wonderful feeling to let go of some of the stresses of being so worried about every little thing. Now, you may be worried, but you also know there's not a lot you can do about most things, right? And when you come to this realization, not only the realization, but you can truly exist in a place of going with the flow, as they say, there is kind of that rekindling of that beauty of being able to really be in every moment, to see between the subtle, right? Into that subtle place where those magnificent mysteries dwell, where the truths of the universe, whatever that means, where they show themselves to us. This is where the magic is. It's fully woven into the fabric of everything, right? And so I see here we have, it looks like a person with maybe a dog head. It looks kind of, well, I see a hammer here, okay? And it looks like it's kind of yelling, okay? And I get this feeling that this is kind of really the spirit of kind of falling in line. Really, this almost kind of viciousness, this dampening of a dampening of identity, of will, right? You know, well, very much as we do, as we are children, as you know, we probably do to our own children, and most people, you know, you go off to school, you're taught to sit still, to listen, don't run around, don't raise your voice, don't, you know, don't say certain things. You know, we're infected with language, with, you know, concepts that fit a very narrow view of reality. Right? And it is. We are infected with this virus that is language, and it's beautiful as well. Don't get me wrong. I love language, in many language. Although I know very little of any other languages besides English. And English, I'm not very masterful with either. But I do love language. I love to read, and I love poetry especially, but it is so limiting. And what we learn to be able to express really does mold the way that we experience reality. You know, if we are limited to only a few sets of concepts, or if you could say, you know, allegories of life, you know, these very archetypal scenarios that play out in all kinds of mythology, folklore, whatever. You see it in television, movies, archetypal setups, okay? And if these are the only things that you are exposed to, right, and you just don't necessarily go out and, you know, create more experience within language, within literature, or just simply watching the world around you in a way that's very thoughtful, or you're not contemplating, then your experience of reality must be quite limited, at least in this way. Okay. And now that maybe that's very naive. I don't know, because I'm sure, we all experience things on many, many levels. But when we are young, before we are infected with these ideas, and we are just purely experiencing life by sensation, impression, sensory, the universe is as infinite as it is, right? Things don't need to make sense. They just are. And so I see this and I feel this is very much akin to this child, kind of systematically we break down aspects of that spirit. As a parent, I fully lament every time that I have to quiet the creativity or the joy of my child because of time, or always hurting us around to get to one place to the next, trying to finish things, all of my responsibilities that go alongside the time I spend with her. And this is, I think that this is the experience of most parents and most human beings as we live alongside one another. And so I feel we see this in here, and I feel like this is really, this has so much to do with this moment, this tower moment. And I think, it really comes down to a loss of connectedness within a family. And I really think, or within self, right, the interior family. But I think that there's a situation of really trying to force you, or maybe you are doing this to somebody else, but really for the sake of the greater family environment, force somebody into something that kind of goes against just their nature, how they exist. Okay? And I'm not saying that it doesn't have to be anything that serious. But, to the person that this kind of ultimatum has been put on, it does feel very serious, right? And it's a fracture in the identity and their experience as a being. And sometimes we do this, we don't even realize what it feels like it's just one little thing in our busy day. And in passing, I can't think of things. I mean, there's so many. I have a 3-year-old, so it's all day long. Don't get your school shoes in the puddle. Don't get messy. We're going somewhere. She really wants to get in there and get messy, but it's not, it's not conducive with my time. I'm on a schedule. Well, these are tiny little fractures, right? It's a battle, and it's hard to know how to do it right, how to do it at all sometimes, but then we have bigger things that come up, right? You don't want your child doing somebody in your family, whatever it is, I don't know, maybe, getting a job, maybe paying more bills, or I don't know. It's infinite things within the family that we can be kind of bickering about, pushing one another, on about. Well, I think that this is really, it has caused some problems, okay? And I really think this has to do with money, because over here, if you can see, there's a dollar sign, okay? And below it, we kind of have a person with their arms open trying to grab it. But then here we also have a person with a magnifying glass, okay? And to me, I really think this is like a close investigation of where is money going? Maybe, right? B, why is there more money coming in? Are the bills getting paid? Is there some aspect of financial abuse happening? And maybe this is that somebody has passed, or they are getting close to, and we know, especially if this is like grandparents, parents, whatever, and there are multiple people involved dealing with the state, this can get real sticky real fast, right? People, they just behave. I can't even, it's just too much, right? When these things come up, and there's not enough planning about like how things are going to go down. There aren't directions, or enough directions about who gets what, or how things get paid, or whatever. Okay. So I feel like this is really, kind of coming together in my mind, that this is, I feel like there's somebody who's being singled out as being kind of irresponsible about money. I feel like there's a sense of kind of either you need to be bringing some money in, or, there's some kind of disagreement about money that is there. Like I said, somebody maybe they're fighting over an estate or something like that. Okay, now we have, it looks like a goddess figure holding a crescent moon, okay? And then up here we have an owl watching. And as I look at this, I really think, this is emotional. This is very emotional. I feel like there really is a lack of control of how people are speaking to each other, maybe. And I feel like maybe you aren't exactly at the center of all this. And now that I see this owl, I wonder, are you kind of watching this play out? But whatever it is, it has really caused a deep sense of dissatisfaction for you. Okay, I feel like there's this sense of wanting to just walk away from this whole situation. Okay, and it really, and we see the lobster over here. Okay, and this is that sign, and we see, and I think it's a lobster or a crawdad, I can't remember, but it's on the moon card. Okay, and this is a sense of distress. Right? Really wanting to just take off. I don't want to see this. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to be involved. Absolutely. I don't like it. I don't like this. I don't like how this makes people behave, and I'm not going to be involved. That's the vibe I'm getting. Okay. I look over here, and I really do see there, and we have this face right here. It really just seems like, there is a disharmony, definitely. Here we have a bird that's kind of in a flying upward, trying to fly upwards here. Maybe just taking off. But I really want to stress, because I feel like this is so emotional, please, be mindful and refrain from any kind of destructive behavior. Okay? Because, I just really feel like this is something, it's painful. This is something that is very touchy subject for you. And I feel like this can definitely get you into a spiral of some kind. Okay? So just really be kind to yourself. And if you do need to step away, take your time to take care of yourself. Go slow with things. Okay? Try not to make decisions based on depression, melancholy, rage, feeling, whatever, alienated, kind of, cast out or singled out, or any of these feelings that can happen. These happen in the family a lot, right? Anybody's family, these things can happen, and they can feel so amplified because these are people that probably have known you for a long time. And we know how to push each other's buttons. And so, just being careful with yourself, being kind to yourself, taking care of yourself. Okay? All right. So we have the Earthbound Oracle cards, and I'm just going to kind of stop where it feels right. And it says soul. Okay. So this is a good sign. We have that real, still lots of the fiery energy, but there will be clarity. And I feel like, a return of those vital energies. Okay. I feel like you're going to know. I feel really what I think, stepping away, getting some rest. Okay. Getting grounded, going on some walks when you're feeling upset, doing some breathing, intentional movement, taking, a nice shower, a bath, whatever it is. Getting yourself to that place where you're feeling a little more zen. And I think that solar clarity is really, going to come through for you. Okay. All right, Leo, I want to say thank you so much for spending this time with me. It is always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. If you'd be so kind as to like the video, it helps us get into the algorithm. And that it helps the algorithm be happy and, put me in the recommends and hopefully get out there to more people. So we do that by engaging with the channel. And these are things like liking the video that you're watching, watching a bunch of other videos if you want, or at least your other placements, and watching the readings from the beginning to the end, and sharing the readings on other social media platforms. Of course, you don't have to do any of these things, but I like to mention how you can support the channel if you are interested in doing that. Other than that, if you want to subscribe, please do. We'd love to have you here at the channel, be part of the community. And if you want to leave a comment, I read all of them. They mean a lot to me. They truly do. That's why I'm here doing these readings, is because of all of you. And I love doing them. It is truly a huge honor. So we will talk in a few days, Leo. Trying to figure out what my schedule, I don't know. It's not going to affect Leo, though. I know that now that I'm thinking about it. But I'm going to be maybe taking a break for a couple days. And I don't know how many. I don't know. I'm going to figure it out. Now I'm just talking to myself here. But I think everything should be on schedule for Leo for sure. So anyways, we will talk soon. I love you all. And here comes TT. I'm going to turn this off before she jumps on me. All right.